Good morning. So, இப்போ அந்த there is last lesson we have seen time of supply. You understand what is time of supply? Okay. Subject to section. Subject to section. Okay. Okay. So, subject to section 12 and 13 பார்த்தோம் under CGST Act. Okay. Now we just going to see. Okay. Value of supply. Today we will see value of supply because I think so. Place of supply we don't have time right now. So we'll try to cover tomorrow. Nalik place of supply we will cover. Okay. Today we'll try to complete value of supply. Okay. So value of supply. Okay. What is meant by value of supply pathina? So ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, I am supplying goods to the recipient. I am supplying goods to the recipient. In such cases, I am raising one value. Okay. On that value only, you are liable to pay tax. Liable to pay what? Tax. So on this value, you are liable to pay what? Tax. Okay. So in such cases, okay. So I have to determine the value. What is the value here? What is the value? Okay. So now value can be determined subject to section. Okay, 15. Subject to section what? Section 15. Okay. So section 15 it will be determined what? Value of supply under GST. Okay. So section 15 of CGST Act. Section 15 of CGST Act. Okay. So if value is not determined under this particular scenarios, then you have to determine your value subject to valuation rule. Subject to valuation rule. Okay. Nothing but CGST rules. Okay. So here rules for the rule. Okay. 27, rule 28, rule 29, rule 30, and rule 31. Okay, subject to rule 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Okay. In additional, you have one more rule. Okay. So this and all, this valuation under special cases. Okay. This valuation under special cases. Okay. Special cases for the Madina valuation number. Okay. 32. Okay. Rule 32, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Okay. So this is special cases. Okay. Right. This we'll see later. This we'll see later. So totally how many rules? So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32, which is going to see now. Okay. So valuation again. Okay. Subject to section 15. Subject to what? Section 15. So when it talks about section 15, okay. So you have to see three important conditions. Number one, first condition if you see, okay. So here price should be sole consideration. Price should be what? Sole consideration. That means what? For example, under supply we have seen that exchange, barter, okay, those things also called as what? Supply. For exchange, I'm giving one product, okay, and I'm getting another product where any extra I can pay some amount also. So what about this consideration? Okay, what about this consideration? Okay, what about the value you have to determine? Okay, what about the value you have to determine? For example, product cost is 20,000. Okay, I exchange. Oh, it's okay. I think it's clear on American. Okay, product cost is 20,000. Okay, right. So product cost is 20,000. I exchange 4,000. So I paid how much? 16,000. So what is the value? Either 16,000 is my value or 20,000 is my value. So here 16,000 is not your value. 20,000 is your value. Okay, 20,000 is your value. But here price is not a sole consideration. Price is not a sole consideration. So now first condition is price should be a sole consideration. For example, if I purchase I'm going to department, I'm purchase a material. Okay, so I purchase one product. Okay, product cost is 20,000. I paid 20,000. Then there is straight away price sole consideration. I paid, and such cost will be considered as price sole consideration. Okay, number one. Number two, there should not be a related party. Okay, it should not a not between, no, not between a related party, not between a related party. Okay, not between a related party. In such cases, between a related party, in the sense, again, your price will be what? It is not your what happened? Your price is, there is your there is some control on such supply, or there might be some what is it? Either that person dominate the price or that person dominate the supply. Okay, it can be happen with regards to this particular supply. Okay, hence it is not, it is not considered as, that is, we cannot determine the value in this particular situation, hence we have to go by valuation rules. Okay, if these two conditions are satisfied, first condition on the Padram, price should be sole consideration. Number two, okay, it should, there is the supplier and recipient are not related. Okay, both the persons are not related. Okay, in such cases, if you see in this, okay, then you can go by section 15. You can go by section 15. What is section 15 which is talking about in the sense? Okay, we have to include with the value, if not included earlier. If not included earlier, meaning, if it is already included, you don't no worry about that. You leave it off and just go off. Okay, if it is not included in the sense, you have to include. Okay, and what are the things you have to include in the sense? Other taxes, other taxes except GST. So GST shall not be included. For example, custom duty. For example, other taxes, if it is there in the sense, you have to include it with such scenarios. Okay, it should be considered accordingly. Number two. Okay. Number two, okay, any supplies made by the recipient. For example, I supply the goods, okay, worth of rupees 2 lakhs. I am delivering in the customer place. Customer has paid that freight cost. Okay, customer has paid what? Freight cost of rupees 20,000. Okay, so here he has been deducted that amount and reduced. Okay, has paid the remaining 1,80,000 because this is also part of the supply. This is also what? Part of the supply which has been included all this price in the sense. Okay, so it should not be 1,80,000. It should be what? 2 lakhs. Okay, if already freight has been included with that price, particular price in the sense. One second. Okay, right. So number two, okay, suppose, okay, he reduced here itself, okay, out of the 2 lakhs, he already reduced this 20,000 because he was just going to pay. I'm going to raise the invoice only for 1,80,000 in the sense. This value shall be included with this. So 1,80,000 plus 20,000, that is nothing but 2 lakhs is your value. 2 lakhs is your value that should be considered for the purpose of value. Okay, this is number two. This is number one. Any other duties, okay, which has been to be included in this, you have to include. Okay, then if you supply any other than that is if it is made by the recipient, okay, where the payment made by the recipient, which is not included with the value in this, that value shall be included. Number three, okay, commission and packing, okay, shall also included with such supply. Okay, shall also included with such supply, that value shall also be included. Okay, next, interest or late fee or penalty. Okay, that this we already seen that section 15. We have seen where we seen 12.6 and 13.6. Okay, we have to see that section 14. Section 14 we just see later. Okay, so 12.6 and 13.6. Okay, we've seen already time of supply here. If it is not included with the supply, you have to include it. Okay, but it is time of supply. It is at the time of actual payment. It should be considered for the purpose of the scenarios. Okay, so here it should be subject to what? Interest or late fees or penalty, which are subject to what? That particular time. Okay, so that also should be included. Okay, right. Next, any subsidy. Okay, any subsidy. Okay, except government subsidy. Okay, except what? Government subsidy. Okay, I'm giving as a subsidy in the sense that should not be included. For example, okay, so here I'm giving by way of a subsidy. Okay, it should not be considered as a government subsidy. That price shall not be included. Okay, in this particular value, right? Next, okay, next one, Vadina. Okay, Any other items, okay, any other left above, okay. So this is other scenarios should not be considered. Okay, next. Okay, any other items. If it is not included with the supply, then you should also include it with the supply accordingly, right? Next, discount. In case of discount, okay, when I buying the product 1 lakh rupees, okay, customer is giving, that is the supply is already giving a discount of rupees 10%, 10% discount. You're going to medical shop, they're giving 10% discount, and you're paying 90,000 in the sense, then your value is 90,000 and not the 1 lakh rupees. Okay, if it is straight away discount. Okay, this is one scenario. Number two, if discount is given, okay, not at the time of supply, not at the time of supply, but it has been given later point. Okay, you might be heard about that. Okay, every month. Okay, so here, for example, I'm selling a goods of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so in the total month, in the month transaction, it is 10 lakhs. Okay, all around some other transaction. Okay, the person has to pay with this 10 lakhs. So if he reduce from the 10 lakhs to, okay, giving after all sale, okay, because he's just coming as a regular customer, okay, I thought that, okay, I can give 10% discount, so I'm giving what 1 lakh rupees as a discount, 1 lakh as a rupees as a discount. Now he paying how much? 9 lakh, but GST is already paid on 10 lakhs. GST is already paid on 10 lakhs. Okay, 1 month later, it is what he is just paying only 9 lakhs. So 1 lakh it has been reversed. In such cases, okay, so this person shall raise what? Credit note. Okay, credit note. Okay, so he can reverse such tax, he can reverse such tax, okay, because the tax value is just not going to pay such value, you can reverse, okay, by way of raising what? Credit note. Okay, for such 1 lakh, for such 1 lakh to the recipient, according to such product. We already see in tax invoice debit note, credit note and all. Okay, so debit note in the sense increasing the value, credit note in the sense decreasing the value. Okay, so the value has been reduced and your tax also can be reduced. Okay, the same thing should be matched with the in the hands of recipient also. Recipient also should be reduced this ITC, reduce its ITC or reverse his ITC, or he has to pay back with such tax amount because he's just paying lesser value because already he availed ITC in such input tax, such tax value on rupees 10 lakhs. Now you're going to pay only how much? 9 lakhs, because when you're talking about ITC, there we'll see some other conditions also. So you have been reducing such value. Okay, so here, so that is a scenario which has been happening here, right? This is in case of discount. Okay, so after reducing such value, such discount, okay, adding such value, that is called as what? Transaction value. That value is called as what? Transaction value. That is nothing but assessable value under GST. Assessable value under GST. So you have to charge GST. Okay, either IGST in the sense you have to put IGST, CGST in the sense you have to put CGST separately, SGST separately, or UTGST. Okay, in case of Dam and Dayu, okay, Chandigarh, okay, those things and all, it is like union territory, they have to mention here. In case of Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Delhi, okay, Delhi and Pondicherry, it is subject to what? Union territory, but it is subject to what? What? Subject to what? That is state legislature, okay. It is subject to what? State legislature. So hence SGST will be corrected. So you have to put a invoice separately, that also we already discussed under tax invoice, okay. Now, we are going to think about only this assessable value, right? So the price should be there. Okay, price should be a sole consideration. Number two, what? And it should be between what? Unrelated parties. Okay, that means what? The recipient, there is a supplier and the recipient should be unrelated. Supplier and recipient should be unrelated. Okay, right. So this is number. This is number one. This is number two. Okay. Suppose if anything fails, okay, price is not sole consideration, or if it is made between related party. Between related party in the sense here again two scenarios. Okay, between related party or between distinct person. Okay, and also what? It is subject to what? Between agent. Okay, between agent shall we consider here. Okay, then also it is also subject to what? Related. Okay, so now what happened? Now if it is not, that condition is not satisfied, you have to go by rule 27. Okay, to 31. Rule 27 to 31. What is rule 27? What is rule 27? So rule 27, which is talking about, okay, well, rule 27 is if it is talking about if it is not a sole consideration, if it is not a sole consideration. It was not a sole consideration. This price is not determined. Okay, price is not able to determine now. Number one, okay, valuation rules apply. Number one, okay, you have to go and check in the open market value. You have to check what? Open market value of such supply. You have to cross check what? Open market value of such supply. What is the open market value? Or number two, okay, you have to check the price value of, okay, price value, one second, of like quantity or similar quality. Sorry, quality. This one is quality, like quality or similar quality. Okay, you have to check what? Like quality of similar quality. Okay, for example, fridge. Okay, fridge of LG. I couldn't able to identify because everything is just applying to the distant person. Everything is applying to the identifiable, and that is a agent. Okay, in such cases, okay. So here, sorry, I'm giving vast discount. Okay, I'm just selling as a scrap, or okay, maybe I'm just selling as a discount. Okay, in such cases, I can check about the product. LG or compare competitive market or LG or competitive person. Okay, assume that Samsung also we can take, also assume that Whirlpool also we can take. Depends upon the terminology. Okay, other things only you have to consider accordingly. Okay, so yeah, number one is open market value. Number two is price value of like quantity or similar quality. Okay, number three, okay, you have to go by rule 30 or rule 31. You have to go by rule 30, otherwise you have to go by rule 31. Okay, you have to go by rule 30, otherwise you have to go by rule 31. Okay, so what is open market value? But you know, open market value is a value which has been determined in the market, that is regular market. Okay, where the prices can be determined accordingly. Okay, so here value is both monetary composition as non-monetary composition that we have already seen under consideration. Okay, so rule 30 is nothing but, okay, you have to see by, okay, rule 30 is nothing but, okay, cost plus 10 percentage. Cost plus 10 percentage. Okay, this is cost plus 10 percentage. Okay, so you have costing or cost accounting standards under CAS 4. Okay, you have to determine the cost plus 10 percentage. That value shall be included accordingly. Number two, rule 31 is nothing but residuary method. Residuary method is nothing but, again, already we have seen residual method. Okay, it is nothing but judgment, best judgment method. It is nothing but best judgment method. You have to determine based on best judgment method. Okay, you have to determine the value based on best judgment method. Okay, where the proper officer will be initiated accordingly. Where the proper officer will be initiated accordingly. So the proper officer has the rights to, okay, rights to, okay, go for the best judgment method and determine the value accordingly with regards to rule 31. You can go with that. Okay, so rule 27, it is talking about what? Where there is no price consideration. Okay, so it is not a sole consideration. So you have to go by what? Open market value or price, that is price value of similar quality or like quality. Okay, number three is you have to go by rule 30. Rule 30 nothing but cost plus 10 percentage. Otherwise you have to go by rule 31. Okay, nothing but residual method, nothing but best judgment method. So this is all about rule 27. This is all about what? Rule 27. Okay, next rule 28. Okay, next rule in rule 28. Okay, rule 28 what? Rule 28 is a transaction. Okay, where sole consideration already completed now. Sole consideration related party. Okay, transaction between, okay, distinct person. Transaction between what? Distinct person or related person. Or what? Related person. Okay, here we are not going to see agent. Okay, agent we are just going to see in rule 29. So agent except what? Rule 20 what? Except the agent. Okay, so in such cases we just going to see about the distant person and related person. Okay, so what is this rule 27? Okay, one second. What is this rule 28? Okay, again rule 28 இதெல்லாமே ரொம்ப similar தான். Okay, ரொம்ப easy, but you have to understand and you have to write properly. So rule 28 பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா between distinct person or related person. For example, A and B are related and B is supplying to C. Okay, this both are related in the sense, then what is the value? You have to value determine subject to rule 28. You have to determine the value subject to what? Rule 28. Okay, suppose I'm transferring to my branch, okay, in Mumbai, I'm transferring to branch in Chennai, I'm transferring to branch in, okay, Orissa, okay, whatever the case may be. In such cases, what is the transaction value, okay, for this such person? Okay, so this is all about what? Between the distinct person or between the related person, the transaction which has been happening. So you have to go by this rule. Rule what? 28. Rule 28 is nothing but you have to go by open market value. Again, first எல்லாமே அதே சேமா தான் இருக்கும். Open market value, number 1. Number 2, if open market is not determined, open market value is not determinable na next இருக்கும் அடுத்தது நம்ம அங்கே பார்த்தமே தான். ஓகேவா? So you have to check the price or the value of similar goods or similar supply which has like quality or similar quality. Okay, based on that value you have to determine accordingly. Okay, based on the like or similar quality, determine what? Based on similar quality. This is rule number, that is number 2. Number 3, same ஆ இருக்கும், ஒன்னும் பெரிய differences எல்லாம் இல்ல. Okay, number 3, okay, if value is not determined, again you have to go by rule 30 or and you have to go by rule 31. Okay, you have to go by rule 30 and rule 31. Same. Okay, இதுக்கு என்ன changes ஒன்னும் பெரிய changes இல்ல, because GST வந்து பெரிய இதுல இருக்காது, because you have to go to determine straight away the value. Okay, in case of customer you have to determine in different way, that we'll see later point of view. Okay, but in case of GST you have to determine in such a way. Okay, they have given the rules. Okay, so rule 30 again என்ன? Cost plus 10%. Rule 31 another residual method, nothing but best judgment method. Rule 31 is nothing but residual method or best judgment method. Okay, but இதுல அடிஷனலா அந்த சோல் கன்சிடரேஷனோட அடிஷனலா என்ன ஒரு ப்ரொவிஷன் இதுல என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா, they given a provision. Okay, they given a provision 1 2 3 4. Okay, they given a provision. That means what? So A to B is a related party, B to C are unrelated party. B to C are unrelated party. This both are A to B is related party, B to C is unrelated party. Then in such cases, okay, because the B is a related party, you know the price which has been sold by B to C. You know the price which has been sold by B to C, A to B, B to C. So this both are related, this both are unrelated. Okay, you know the price of this and you know the price of this also na. Then you have to determine, okay, this person is selling to which person? Unrelated party. Okay, what are the price you have been valued, what are the value you have been sold, and the sale value at the rate of 90%. At the rate of 90%. Okay, so that is called as what? Transaction value. That is also called as what? Transaction value. To conclude that, okay, one is open market value. First one is rule 27. Okay, so rule 27 open market value, inge open market value. Okay, rule 28. Inge na solla varam. Okay, like kind or similar quality. Inge like kind or similar quality. Inge na solla rule 30. Inge rule 31. Inge rule 30 and rule 31. Okay, rule 30 and rule 31. But idhula additional enna solran? So rule 13 is cost plus 10%. Okay, இது வந்து பெஸ்ட் ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட் மெத்தட். இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இங்க அடுத்த ஒரு ப்ரொவிஷன் ஆட் பண்றேன்னா, okay, sold by A to B, B to C. Okay, this is unrelated party. This is what? Unrelated party. Okay, so in such cases, if you sold to B to C na, okay, in that case, okay, B to C oda value லந்து, okay, A oda value determine பண்ண போறோம். Okay, so B oda, that is A oda value determine பண்ண சொல்லுவோம் at 90%. Okay, so for example, A வந்து 100 ரூபாய்க்கு விற்கிறான். Okay, to B. So B என்ன பண்றா 120 க்கு விற்கிறான். So when he sold at 120, okay, so on this 120 for determining A oda value க்கு, A oda value எவ்வளவு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 120 into 90%. That means what? 108%. 108 rupees. So not 100. Okay, it should be 108. Okay, it should be what? 108. I think so. It's clear, right? Right. Next, rule 30. So 29. Rule 29. So rule 29 என்ன பண்றா? Straight away, number 1 what? Open market value. Number 1 what? open market value. இங்க provision கொடுத்துக்கிறேன். இது வந்து agentல இது. Okay, principal to agent, agent to any other person. Okay, principal to agent, agent to any other person. Then principal to agent, they have to consider as a transaction, that is considered as a supply. Okay, in such cases, okay, so open market value. Number two, on the 90% of value sold to unrelated party. Sold to what? Unrelated party. Okay, of such like quantity or quality. Sorry, like quality or similar quality. Like quality or similar quality to his customer. Okay, not being a related person. Okay, so இங்க என்ன சொல்ல வரானா, இது வந்து இவனால compare like quantity or like scenarios. Okay, ஏன்னா இவன் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா principal to agent, then agent to what? Customers. Okay, this customer is unrelated. Here it is subject to what? Related. Okay, so agent should not be sold to the related. If it is sold to related, then you have to go by this rule. Okay, then you have to go by rule 28. You have to go by rule 28. So, இங்க என்ன சொல்ல வரானா, இந்த particular scenario is that like quality எல்லாம் கிடையாது. Okay, whatever the price is sold to the customer, அதுல இருந்து 90% ஷெட்டவே எடுத்துக்கொள்றான். ஓகேவா, ரைட்? Number 3, again what? Same, rule 30. Again number 4, rule 31. Okay, rule 31. If price is not determined, you know the cost plus 10%. Okay, then otherwise you have to go by best judgment method. You have to go by best judgment method. Okay, this is called as what? Transaction value, subject to what? Rule 26, rule 27, rule 28. Okay, rule 29, rule 30 and rule 31. நீங்க இப்படி எழுதிக்கங்க. இது பாத்தீங்கன்னா cost plus 10%. Okay, இது வந்து best judgment method. இதுல பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஓப்பன் மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூ. அகைன் மூணுத்தையும் ஓப்பன் மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூ. இங்க வந்து லைக் குவான்டிட்டி லைக் இது வராது. 90% ஆஃப் சச், ஓகே, சச் சிமிலர் குவாலிட்டி ஆர் வேல்யூ. நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து ரூல் 30, அகைன் ரூல் 31. ஓகே, சோ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி வர மாதிரி வரும். ஓகேவா, சோ இங்க வந்து 90% வராது, இந்த இடத்துல 90% வரும். ஓகேவா, சோ அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் அட்ரஸ் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் அழகா படிச்சிருங்க அதை. சோ திஸ் இஸ் ஆல் அபவுட் வாட்? ரூல் 27 to rule 31. ஓகேவா, rule 27 to rule 31. Okay, now we are just going for special cases. Okay, going for special cases. Rule 32. Rule what? 32. So rule 32 பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஓகே, சோ இதுல உங்களோட புக்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா பேஜ் நம்பர்ல 135ல ஒரு இன்னும் இருக்கும், 116. இதெல்லாம் வந்து அந்த எக்ஸம்ஷன்ல பார்த்திருப்போம். 116 and வந்து 142. ஓகே, இது மூணுமே பார்க்க போறோம். ரைட், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா மணி எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச். ஓகே, மணி எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச். ஓகேவா, சோ அத பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஓகே, மணி எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஓகே, when there is a transaction between bank to bank, bank to authorized dealer, bank to bank or bank to authorized dealer, or bank to bank to bank, bank to authorized dealer, authorized dealer to bank, or authorized dealer to authorized dealer. Okay, this and all exemption services. Okay, when this bank is sold to customer or authorized deal to sold to customer, then you have to determine the transaction value. Then you have to determine the transaction value. So that time we skipped, okay, this particular scenarios. Now we just going to see there are two rules under rule 32 2A and rule 32 2B. Okay, so under rule 32 2B. Okay, what is rule 32A and what is rule 32B பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, so இதுல மொத்தம் மூணு விதம். ஒன்னு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, for example you have RBI rate, okay, and you have actual rate. Okay, you have RBI rate and you have actual rate. First one, okay, RBI rate வந்து 61, actual rate வந்து 60. Differences எவ்வளவு? 1 rupees. You are exchanging how much? $1 lakh. Exchange how much? $1 lakh. Then transaction value equal to 1 lakh into 1. Okay, so this is called as what? Transaction value. Transaction value is equal to what? This differences into dollar value. So transaction value எவ்வளவு? 1 lakh. So GST வந்து எவ்வளவு? 18% at the rate of 18%. So 18,000 is my GST. 18,000 is my GST. This is number one. Transaction value of the. So if I have RBI rate minus 61, the differences is 1 into $1 lakh I am sold. If $1,000 no $1,000, $500 no $500. Okay, so $1,000 into 1. Okay, that is the transaction value. On that you have to compute what? GST at the rate of 18%. Number 2. Okay, number 2. You don't have RBI rate. Okay, you don't have RBI rate, but you have actual rate. You have what? Actual rate. So RBI rate தெரியாது. So actual rate எவ்வளோ? 60 ரூபா, 60. So your transaction value equal to, okay, so 1% of the 60 into $1 lakh. 60 into how much? $1 lakh. Okay, so $1 lakh straight away. 1 lakh into 60 euro, 60,000, 60 lakhs dollars. Okay, 1 lakh into 60 euro, 60 lakhs dollars. At the rate of 1% euro, transaction value equal to 60,000. Transaction value euro 60,000. You have to calculate at the rate of 18% GST. Okay, accordingly, that is your GST value. Clear? This is number 2. Okay, number 3. Okay, number 3. So you have two currency value. You have two currency value. One that is you have USD 62. You have pounds. Okay, 82. You have what? Pounds. What? 82. சரியா? You have USD 62, pound 82. So இது assume that $1 lakh. இது assume that 80,000 pounds. Okay, 80,000 pounds. Okay, 80,000 pounds. ஏன்னா பவுண்டோட ரேட் அதிகமா இருக்கனால பவுண்டோட வேல்யூ கொஞ்சம் கம்மி பண்ணிருக்கோம். So two rates are there. Okay, you have two value. Then you have to determine, okay, that is $62 into 1 lakh. Okay, at the rate of 1%. Okay, number 1. Number 2, 82 into 80,000 at 1%. Okay, either first order value on 62 lakhs. Okay, second order value on okay, 82 into 80,000 pathina 65 60. Okay, into 1%. Okay, idoda rate pathina into 1% into 1% pathina 65,600. Idu vandu 60,000. So whichever is lower, number 1 or number 2, whichever is lower, that is your transactional value. Transaction value equal to 60,000 or 65,600. Whichever is lower, nothing but 60,000 is your transaction value. Either at the rate of 18% GST you have to compute. Okay, that is your GST. That is your GST. So to summarize this or simplify this, okay, RBI rate or and other rate kutundanga. That is, if you have that actual rate na, the difference between RBI rate and this rate, okay, into value, that is number total value of currency. At the rate, that is called as what? Transaction value. If RBI rate is nothing but actual, that is actual currency, actual rate, okay, into that is total number of currency. Okay, into 1%. That is your transaction value. If two rates are available, okay, which is beneficial to the assessee, which is lower to the assessee, that is called as what? Transaction value. Okay, this is all about what? One particular rule. Okay, number 2. Okay, here the assessee can choose the option. Yeah, and the authorized dealer or banker can choose the option. Either can go by this method or he can go by this method. Okay, second method he can go by composition levy mari, composite rate mari. Okay, slab பார்த்திருப்பீங்கல்ல, there is for individual up to 2.5 lakhs not taxable, 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs வந்து 5%, 5 lakhs to 7. இப்போ நிறைய புது ஸ்கீம். I am just going by old scheme. Okay, so 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எவ்வளோ? 10%, sorry 20%, and 10 lakhs and above 30%. Now you are going by composite. This is subject to composite rate. So here we are going to determine 3 scenarios. Okay, so I just going to write here. So number 1, 1%. Number 1 in a 1%. Okay, gross amount is 61 into, assume the 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees is $1,000. Okay, 61 into 1,000, $61,000. Apo, if it is less than 1 lakh now, 1%. If it is less than, transaction value is 1 lakh now, 1%. Okay, minimum on 250. GST இது வந்து GST value. Minimum வந்து 250. Maximum வந்து 1,000 rupees. Maximum வந்து 1,000 rupees. So, for example, okay, I just give an example. So, I'm going to change a currency of $1,000. I'm going to change a currency of $1,000. Anikku rate on 61. So total euro 61,000. Total euro 61,000, which has been less than how much? Less than what? 1 lakh. So transaction value less than 1 lakh. So you have to calculate at the rate of 1%. Okay, that is your GST rate. That is your GST rate. So how much? Rupees 610 is your GST. 610 is your GST. Okay. Assume that instead of that, I'm going to change only $100. I'm going to change what? Only $100. Okay. In such cases, for that $100, the value is nothing but 6,100. Value of 6,100. So 6,000 into 100 into 1% is 61 rupees. 61 rupees is your GST. Okay, you cannot take 61. You have to take the minimum value of rupees 250 per transaction. You have to take minimum value of rupees how much? 250 per transaction. For this particular transaction, you have to pay how much GST? Rupees 250. You have to pay how much minimum? Rupees 250. Right? This is number one. Number two. Okay, if it is more than 1 lakh, okay, that is up to that is beyond 1 lakh. Okay, but less than how much? 10 lakhs. Less than how much? 10. So less than how much? 10 lakhs now. Rate 0.5 percentage. Rate 0.5 percentage. The differences 0.5 percentage. That means what? So minimum there is 1,000 rupees already in the value clear. And the 1 lakh 1 percentage. That 1,000 rupees plus. Okay, what is the percentage? 0.5 percentage. What is the percentage? 0.5 percentage. Maximum. 5,500. Maximum 5,500. I repeat again example. So now second example. The value is 6 lakhs. Value transaction value 6 lakhs. So first 1 lakh at the rate of 1%. Remaining 5 lakhs at the rate of how much? 0.5 percentage. Remaining 5 lakhs at the rate of what? 0.5 percentage. So 1 lakh into 1% how much? 1,000 rupees plus 5 lakhs into 0.5 percentage 2,500 rupees. So total GST pay பண்ணுவான் 3,500 rupees for this particular 6 lakhs transaction. So he has to pay how much? 6 lakhs 500 65 600. How much he is going to pay? He is going to pay of rupees 3,500. Okay. Assume that if it is a 10 lakh, if it is a 10 lakh now, okay. So 10 lakh is first 1 lakh he has to pay at the rate of 1%. So how much? 1,000 rupees. Remaining 9 lakh at the rate of 0.5 percentage. Nothing but 4,500. It is a total of 5,500. This is total of 5,500. அதுதான் இங்க இந்த ஸ்லாபா பார்க்கறோம். ஓகே, இதுதான் இந்த ஸ்லாபா மேக்ஸிமம் 5,500 பார்க்கறோம். ஓகே, this is number 1. Number 2. Third, you have to pay 0.1 percentage. Maximum pay 0.1 percentage if it is more than 10 lakhs. If it is more than 10 lakhs at any value. For example, if you're selling for 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 100 lakhs, 200 lakhs, 1 crore, whatever transaction value you're making in the sense. Okay, it is how much? 0.1 percentage. But GST எவ்வளவு இருக்கணும்னா ஓகேவா, that is 5,500 plus okay such value, 5,500 plus such value, but maximum எவ்வளவு இருக்கணும்னா 60,000. Maximum எவ்வளவு இருக்கணும்? 60,000. Okay, third example we're just going to see. Okay, in case of I'm just going to exchange of 1 crore. I'm going to exchange how much? 1 crore. Okay, so in such cases if I just going to share as 1 crore, okay, first and the 10 lakhs 5,500. Okay, remaining 90 lakhs remaining 90 lakhs. 90 lakhs at the rate of 0.1 percentage. Remaining 90 lakhs 0.1 percentage. So 0.90 lakhs, okay, into 0.1 percentage 9,000. 0.1 percent 9,000. So total so 14,500 is my GST value. Okay, for that 1 crore of value, okay, subject to conversion, okay, I am going to pay how much? 14,500, right? Number 2, suppose 1 crore பதில் 10 crore ஆயிடுச்சு. 1 crore பதில் எவ்வளோ? 10 crore. அப்ப இங்க என்ன வரும்? 9.9 crores. 9.9 crores. So in such cases, okay, for that 9.9 crores, okay, 9.9 crores, okay, அதுக்கு 0.1 percentage பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, it has come to something 99,000 plus 1,000 rupees. How much? 1 lakh. But it is not 1 lakh. It is restricted to 60,000. It is restricted to how much? 60,000. So you have to determine how much? 60,000. Clear? So it should not be 1 lakh. It should be what? 60,000. Okay. So this is all about the such value under what? Exchange. Under what? Exchange. Okay. This is all about such rule. Okay. This is page number, okay, 135. page number 135. Okay, you can go through slowly. Okay, I can upload the video also, you can understand slowly also, that's not an issue. Okay, next, number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, நான் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு இன்னைக்கு எல்லா வீடியோ முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு அப்டேட் பண்ண பார்க்கறேன். ஓகேவா, பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் அடுத்தது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் ரூல் வந்து ரூல் நம்பர் 32(3). Rule number 32(3). This is nothing but air travel agent. Okay, talking about what? Air travel agent or passenger transport. Okay, I'm booking through transport agency. I'm booking through passenger agency. Okay, இது வந்து page number 116. Page number 116. You can refer what? Page number 116. Under this, okay, that person can pay on total value. So for example, 1 lakh is my airfare now. Okay, he can pay at the rate of 18%. I have to pay GST of 18,000. So 1 lakh 18,000 I have to pay. So as a recipient, that 18,000 is eligible for input. The recipient is eligible for input. This is number 1. So most of the agency என்ன பண்ணுவானுங்க, இது பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா நான் 1 lakh 18,000 air ticket விற்பனா இல்ல I just going to sell at the lowest price. Okay, lowest price பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா okay, இதுல okay, either you can go by this method, again otherwise you can go for this method in case of domestic, or in case of international booking. Domestic பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் the transaction value is nothing but 5% on total value. Transaction value is nothing but 5% of basic fare. 5% of basic fare. Okay, so value is how much? 5% of basic fare. Adula you have to pay 18%. For example, okay, 1 lakh is my basic fare. 1 lakh is my basic fare. Here you cannot avail what? Input by the recipient. Okay, at the rate of 5%, 5,000. Okay, here 5% how much? 5,000. In the 5,000 ku 18%. In the 5,000 ku 18% na. Okay, so 5,000 into how much? 5,000 into point, that is 18%. How much? 900. 900 is my GST value. 900 is my GST value. So which is beneficial? So 1 lakh போட்டுட்டு plus the agency will pay 900 இல்ல 1000 rupees extra collect பண்ணா கூட பெரிய காஸ்ட் இல்ல. டிக்கெட் காஸ்ட் எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? 1 lakh 1000 தான் இருக்கும். டிக்கெட் காஸ்ட் எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? மேக்ஸிமம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 1 lakh 1000, 1 lakh 2000 அதுக்குள்ள தான் இருக்கும். 1 lakh 18,000 is beneficial. For example, I am an unregistered person. I'm booking through an agency na, which is my beneficial for me. I can go by this method. Okay, because I'm paying lower tax. I'm charging to my customer also lower amount. So hence it is beneficial to my customer. Okay, in case of I'm booking international booking na, then 10% of basic fare. 10% of basic fare. For example, 1 lakh ku at the rate of 10% எவ்வளவு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 10,000. 10,000 is my transaction value, taxable value, transaction value for the purpose of GST. இதுல 18% na 1,800. Okay, so I'm going to pay how much? 1,800 only. So instead of 1 lakh 18,000 if I'm paying how much? 118. Okay, you have to compute always on gross value only. Okay, if you're charging 1 lakh 18,000, this is you have to calculate into 18% separately and you have to put accordingly. Okay, that is a basic fare in the Mari. So yeah, so this is number 2. Okay, this is what? Number 2. In case of air travel agent. Okay, booking through what? Air travel agent. Okay, so GST எவ்வளவு கம்மியா இருக்கு பாருங்க. 5% on this is value, this is the value. Okay, நான் எக்ஸம்ஷன் பார்க்க சொல்ல நம்ம இந்த டாபிக் வந்து லேட்டரா பார்க்கலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னோம். அதுதான் நம்ம இப்ப பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். தேர்ட் வந்து இன்சூரன்ஸ். தேர்ட் வந்து என்னது? Insurance. Okay, so in case of insurance, okay, you will be receiving what? Premium. Okay, you will be receiving what? Premium. When you're receiving premium, you are also liable to pay what? GST. So இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா rule 32(4). ரூல் என்ன? 32(4). பேஜ் நம்பர் போட்டதுக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 142. பேஜ் நம்பர் என்ன? 142. எல்லாமே I'm talking about new book of ICAA. Okay, CAA bookல நியூ புக்ல பாக்குறோம். ஓகேவா? சோ இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா if your premium Okay, you're paying a premium. Certain premiums which are not taxable, other premiums which are taxable. If the premium, okay, if it is it is covering only risk, covers only risk. Okay, no return, no returns at all is there. Okay, no saving and all. Okay, you have to pay. There is transaction value is nothing but total premium. Transaction value is nothing but total premium. You have to pay at the rate of 18%. Okay, there is your GST accordingly. So this is the transaction value. This is the GST. Okay, if premium covers saving, endowment policy like premium covers what saving now. Okay, in such cases, okay, so in such cases you have to determine in two way. Okay, you have to determine in two way. Number one, okay, so டைரக்டாவே சொல்லிடும் பிரீமியம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1 lakhம் ஓகே சேவிங் எவ்வளவு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 40,000 கொடுத்துறோம் ஓகே இது வந்து ரிஸ்க் பிரீமியம் அது வந்து சேவிங் சொல்லிட்டு கொடுத்துறானா ஓகே ஸோ யோர் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் வேல்யூ எவ்வளவு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா that is total value வந்து 1,40,000. So your transaction value equal to you have to reduce this saving of rupees 40,000. Okay, total அதாவது இது ரிஸ்க் வந்து 1 lakh, premium வந்து இந்த value. So total transaction value equal to 1 lakh rupees. That means what you have to reduce this 40,000. You have to reduce this 40,000. Okay, so 1,40,000 total premium value கொடுத்தானா 40,000 you have to reduce. Remaining 1 lakh is your transaction value. ஓகே நான் இப்போ போறேன் என்கிட்ட ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டா டிட்டர்மைன் பண்றேன் உடனே அந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பண்ணனே ஹவ் டு கோ பை திஸ் மெத்தட் ஓகே ஹவ் டு கோ பை திஸ் பர்టిక్యులர் மெத்தட் ஓகேவா நெக்ஸ்ட் நம்பர் 2 ஓகே இன் கேஸ் ஆஃப் இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இது என்னது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல சப்சிக்வெண்ட் இயர்ல நீ பிரீமியம் வாங்குவ செகண்ட் இயர்ல யூ வில் பி ரிசீவிங் பிரீமியம் ஓகே அதே சேம் 1.4 lakhs ரிசீவ் பண்ணனா ஓகே 1.4 lakhs ரிசீவ் பண்ணனா ஓகே தென் your transaction value shall be determined accordingly. Okay, transaction value shall be determined accordingly. So here the transaction that is this is straight away policy. Okay, this is a straight away policy. Okay, in case okay you cannot they're not fixing at the initial point, they're fixing the later point. Okay, the saving is fixing at the later point. Now you don't know at the initial stage itself now. Okay, in that case the total premium amount இருக்குல்ல அதுல okay your transaction value is nothing but 25% of premium. Okay, 25% of premium is called as what? Transaction value. Okay, number 2 subsequent year is year 1 year 2 லந்து okay 12.5% of premium is the transaction value. 12.5% of the transaction value. For example, first year I'm paying 1 lakh. 1 lakh la vanduna transaction value into 25%. 25,000 is my premium value, transaction value. On this I will pay 18% of GST. On this I will pay what? 18% of GST. Year 2 I'm paying what? 1 lakh. Then at the rate of 12.5%. Okay, 12,500 is my transaction value. On that I'm paying what? GST. Okay, on that I'm paying what? GST. This is number 2. Okay, right? If it is subject to what? Annuity. If it is subject to what? Annuity. In such case, annuity na lifelong payment madri, one time payment na. So on the premium value at the rate of 10% is my transaction value. That means what? 10,000 is my transaction value. On this I'm paying what? 18,000, 1,800 is my GST. So this is the third case. This is the third case. Clear? So I'm repeat. If it is insurance cover only risk na, the total premium is called as what? Transaction value. If insurance cover premium plus saving na, there are 3 scenarios. First scenario is na, at the initial stage itself you know the premium amount, then premium plus saving amount na, premium தனியாவும் saving தனியாவும் பிரிச்சிட்டு premium மட்டும் தான் வந்ததுனா you have to calculate what? Tax. Okay, that means premium is called as what? Transaction value. On the transaction value you have to calculate GST at the rate of 18%. So you don't know the transaction at the initial at the time of policy intimator. Okay, it can be known later now. Okay, on the total premium value into 25% is the total value. Okay, transaction value. And there is on the 1 lakh number example 1 lakh total premium value. Okay, total value. Okay, first year na 25%, second year onwards 12.5%. So first year 25,000 into 25%. Sorry, 1 lakh into 25% is nothing but 25,000 is the transaction value. On that you have to calculate GST at the rate of 18%. Number 2, okay, what is the premium? There is a remaining future upcoming year on it is subject to 12.5% on the total premium value. Okay, so premium value into 12.5%, that is the value. Okay, on that you have to complete the transaction accordingly, right? If it is subject to the annuity, okay, lifetime payment, okay, for only one time payment, I just making in the sense, okay, on that cases, my transaction value, if it is 1 lakh, na, at the rate of 10% is my transaction value. My premium value is 1 lakh, na, transaction value equal to, okay, on that 1 lakh at the rate of 10%, okay. So 10,000 is my transaction value. On that you have to pay GST at the rate of 18%. That means what? 1,800. Clear? Right? So this is all about rule 32.4. Rule 32.4. Okay. Last rule. Rule 32.5. Sorry. Rule 32, clause 5. Clause 5 of rule 35. 32, sorry. So in such cases, okay, in such cases, okay, the value shall be determined. Okay, the value shall be determined. Okay, in 3 scenarios. Here it is nothing but scrap goods or second-hand goods. Not second, that is second-hand goods. Okay, in case of second-hand goods, not scrap goods. It's in case of second-hand goods. Sorry, in case of second-hand goods. Okay, so I have a laptop. Okay, I have a material. Okay, I'm going to sell this material. I'm going to sell this material. Okay, so here what they're trying to explain in the sense. Okay, in case of, okay, capital goods. In case of capital goods, one second. Sorry, not capital goods. First one, then we'll just go by this one. Okay, so I have a second-hand goods. Okay, I am dealing with second-hand goods dealer. I purchased for 1 lakh. I sold for 1,20,000. Now transaction value is nothing but 1,20,000 minus 1 lakh. Okay, that is 20,000 is my transaction value, and I have to pay on that GST. Clear? This is number 1. Clear? This is number 1. Okay. Number 2. If I paid 1 lakh, but I sold only the second hand goods now, I sold only for 80,000. Okay, I'm getting a loss of rupees 20,000 now. Okay, here no GST. Transaction value equal to 0, no GST. Second hand goods. I'm talking about what? Second hand goods. Okay, this is number 1. This is number 2. Number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, where I purchased for 1 lakh. I paid with GST of 18,000. Okay, I'm selling for 1,20,000 or 80,000 or whatever the case may be. If I availed ITC, if I availed what? ITC na, then this is the transaction value. Then this is the transaction value, and you can adjust this ITC. Okay, remaining you can pay as a tax. For example, 1,20,000 example, I'm just taking as 24,000 example. Okay, maybe correct figure or any other adjusted figure. So remaining in the 18,000 can be adjusted as a ITC. Okay, remaining euro 6,000 I am liable to pay as a GST. 6,000 I have to pay by way of GST. Clear? So this is the next concept. Okay, so first concept, no, I'm not taking ITC anything. Okay, I'm paying 1,20,000. I'm selling for 1 lakh. Okay, selling for buying at 1 lakh, selling for 1,20,000. The 20,000 is my transaction value. On the 20,000, I have to pay GST. Okay, second 1 lakh I purchased, sold for 80,000. So negative list. Okay, hence it has been the transaction value equal to 0 and no GST. Okay, if I taking input tax credit, okay, on that if I just selling also by such scenarios in the sense, okay, so this is, but that is normal supply made. Okay, the purchase is sales made. So purchase GST being the input sales outward supply you can pay tax on that outward tax. Okay, and you have to adjust this ITC, and the remaining you can pay accordingly. Okay, this is the third method. Okay, next, in case of, for example, okay, you are getting a loan. There is a person borrowed a loan, for purchasing a vehicle or any other asset, for purchasing any asset. For example, plant and machinery. For example, what? Plant and machinery. Now, this person becomes a defaulter. This borrower becomes a defaulter. Okay. Now, banker is selling to the another person. Banker is selling to the another person. C. Okay. By purchasing from this person, banker. Okay. This banker which has been purchasing from this person and selling to C. Okay. Now, what is the scenario? Now, what is the scenarios? In this cases, okay. In this cases, okay. Here, GST. Okay. GST how to be computed in the sense. Okay. GST how to compute in the sense, one second. If this defaulter is an unregistered person, if the defaulter is a unregistered person now, okay, then the purchase material, right, the purchase value shall be reduced by 5% for every quarter. 5% for every quarter. இது ஐடிசிலையும் வரும், இதனால ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. For example, I purchase for 1 lakh. I purchase for 1 lakh. Already 2 years completed na. 2 years completed na. Okay, totally 5% for every quarter. Now how many percentage? So total 2 years எத்தனை quarter? 8 quarters. Okay, ஒரு இயருக்கு 4 quarterனா 2 வருஷத்துக்கு 8 quarters. So 8 quarters into 5% எவ்வளவு மாதிரி 20%. So I have to reduce this 20,000 to 20,000. Okay, that means what, 1 lakh into 20%, that is you have to reduce by 20,000. This is the purchase value. This is called as what? Purchase value. When I sold more than this, okay, for example, I'm sold for 90,000 now, the difference is 10,000 will be considered as transaction value. Okay, if I sold for 70,000 now, okay, the difference is negative minus 10,000, hence no GST. Hence what? No GST. Clear? I repeat once again. If the defaulter is an unregistered person, I am taking the asset from the unregistered, is that defaulter. Okay, I am going to sell as a second-hand dealer. I am going to sell the product. Okay, original buyer வாங்க சொல்ல வந்தது 1 lakh. Already used for 8 quarters. Okay, 8 quarters na, and the 8 quarters kind of value on the reduce பண்ணிட்டு. Okay, that means what? That is, you have to determine the transaction value of the purchase value. You have to determine the purchase value. So 1 lakh minus 20,000 reduce பண்ணா மிச்சம் இருக்குது 80,000. On this 80,000, okay, now, okay, I have to, if I sold for 90,000, I have to pay on the 10,000 as a GST. If I sold for 70,000, then no GST. Then what? No GST. Number 2. Okay, if suppose such person is a registered person, okay, such person is a registered person now, okay, then okay, that person also making as a ITC, okay, on this 80,000. Okay, you will just put what? ITC. Okay, one second. Okay, such defaulter, okay, such defaulter is a registered person. Okay, is not availed ITC. Is not availed ITC now. Okay, then okay, then you have to go. Okay, you have to go. What are the sale value? Okay, what are the sale value? Okay, that means what? Purchase value. Okay, purchase value. Okay, purchase value which he received from the bank. Okay, less, that is sale value minus purchase value, that is nothing but transaction value. Okay, sale value minus the whole scheme madri. Okay, now enna pandra, I'm buying from the, okay, I'm buying from home, from the banker. Okay, I'm paying some amount to the bank, that is called as my purchase price. Okay, what are the selling thing which has been made? Okay, if sale minus purchase price, which is more than, which is which are positive in the sense, you have to pay on such value as a GST. Okay, if sale value is less than purchase price, then no GST. Okay, this is number 1. Number 2, okay, if okay, such person going to avail ITC na, okay, such person going to avail ITC na, purchase price ku he already paid GST na. Okay, this GST can be taken as a input. Okay, again sale value. Okay, for example, purchase for 80,000, sold for 1 lakh na. So 1 lakh he is going to pay 18,000. Okay, for 80,000 he is going to pay how much? That is into 18%, some amount. I just make it as 14,000. So remaining 4,000 will be liable to pay. Remaining 4,000 will be liable to pay. You understand? Normal adjustment of tax. Normal adjustment of tax. Okay, normal adjustment of tax. He is liable to pay tax accordingly. Okay, right? Right? Right. Next, last rule மட்டும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, if acting like a pure agent services, for example, I'm services to pure services. Okay, I'm not getting any in, there is, I'm paying to the government straight away, I'm paying to the other fees straight away to the government, I'm collecting that amount also, I'm collecting my fees also. In the sense, whenever I'm just paying pure services to the government, in the sense, this services shall not be included, this value shall not be included. I'm making 2 bill. Okay, I'm making what? 2 bill. Bill 1 for that is that particular services, bill 2 for that, and that is the remaining value. Bills, for example, okay, I'm paying custom duty. Custom duty 2 lakhs I paid. I'm also collecting extra charges of 36,000. Okay, so when I pay that pure services, I put a bill called as custom duty 2 lakhs. Separately, I'm collecting, and my commission charge is 36,000. Na? Then GST will be levied only on 36,000, not 2 lakhs 36,000. Okay, not on 2 lakhs 36,000. So you will collect only on 36,000 because the 2 lakhs is subject to what? Pure services. The 2 lakhs is subject to what? Pure services, and it is not liable under GST. Okay, it is not liable under GST. Clear? So this is all about, okay, value of supply. Okay, this